Hello everybody, I am looking at the standard European board game size Supreme sleeves from Ultimate Guard today. These come in packs of 50 and their distributor lists the retail price at $3.25, but I've also seen it listed at $3.50. Either way, that will average about 7 cents per sleeve. Let's take a look at what we have inside. Alright, as you can see, the cards are clear and glossy on both sides. Let's take a look at what the approximate thickness is. Looks like it's going to be 450 cards about 1 centimeter thick, and that means that each card is going to be 200 millimeters thick alone, or 100 millimeters per face. So that's pretty average for the thicker sleeves that you can get for board and card games. Let's take a look at what the dimensions are. The packaging lists the dimensions at 62 millimeters by 94 millimeters. I'm just going to verify that this is actually the case. So we have this sleeve at just over 62 millimeters and 94 millimeters. So it's pretty close to the listed dimensions, which is good. Let's see how a Dominion card fits. Oh, that's upside down. There we go. It looks like it's a pretty good fit. The Ultimate Guard sleeves tend to be just a little bit shorter on top than other sleeves, which, you know, some of you might want because the space at the top is useful in some of our minds to buffer the top edge of the sleeve against the elements outside the opening of the sleeve here. But others might find it just to not look terribly pleasing and be a little flappy. So it's a point of interest that some of you might have, but that's your mileage may vary sort of thing. Okay, up next is the sleeving test, where I will see how long it takes to sleeve these 45 Dominion coppers into 45 of these Supreme sleeves. Alright, we ready? Get set, and go. Okay, it took 2 minutes and 6 seconds in order to sleeve the cards. We have exactly 5 sleeves left, so it is exactly the 50 sleeves that were advertised. At 2 minutes and 6 seconds, the total time per sleeve is 2.8 sleeves per second, which looks like about the fastest that I've ever managed to sleeve cards. So it was a pretty quick sleeving, and it felt pretty good. Let's take a look at the sleeves now that all the cards are inside of them. As you can see, the sleeves are very uniform. There's no warping, there's no strangeness. Now, some of these Dominion Treasure cards are upside down, but it looks like it's a fault on my part for putting them in upside down. But regardless of whether they're upside down or not, it looks like all the sleeves are pretty uniform. They're all about the same height, they're all about the same width. There's no real blemishes or production quality issues on the sleeves themselves. They all seem to be very clean, very tidy, and no real noticeable differences between the sleeves. So I'm pretty happy with how these sleeves turned out. Okay, next up is the shuffle test. What I'm going to do is shuffle these 45 sleeved cards 100 times and see how long it takes. So, ready, set, go. Okay, it looks like it took 2 minutes and 11 seconds, which puts the shuffling process at 1.31 seconds per shuffle. That's actually also the fastest rate at which I've been able to shuffle cards. Now, as you noticed if you'd watched the whole shuffling process, while I was shuffling these sleeves, sometimes the sleeves would slip out of my hands. One of the reasons why I think it's so fast is because these sleeves are actually very slick against each other, so they actually just come into each other very easily. They can slip out of your hands if you're not gripping them very carefully. And sometimes even when you're gripping them, like you would normally do, they can slide out. As you saw, there were a couple spills, but even despite the spills where the sleeves slipped out, I managed to shuffle these cards very quickly. So these may be the best feeling shuffle that I've experienced with this size and type of card sleeve so far. And that is actually a very good thing. Looking at the sleeves themselves after they've been shuffled, it looks like every single sleeve is in really good shape. There is no bending, no warping, no tearing, no perceived weakness in the seams of the sleeves. There's no scuffing, and the sleeves still feel quite good after all that shuffling. I think that is a testament to their potential future durability. That's a really good positive statement towards these sleeves. Next up is the shake test. So I'm gonna take this deck of sleeve Dominion coppers and I'm gonna shake the table for about 2 seconds and see how the deck survives the shake. Ready? That was 2 seconds. It looks like the deck barely moved at all. As you can see, if the deck were to topple a little, it would fall down pretty quickly. But shaking of the deck, it requires some serious extended shaking in order to knock this down. There is a bit of air in the deck, and so you can press down on the deck a little to squeeze out the air, which will probably cause the deck to cling to each other a little. But it's not too bad, actually. So I would say this is a pass. No problem. Now I'm going to begin the draw test to see how well the deck holds up when I draw 3 cards off the top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no problem. The deck held up pretty well. It didn't slide too much. Again, it looks like the cards are slick enough to slide, but for some reason they actually hold against each other fairly well when you're not personally manipulating them. So this is actually a really positive sign for these sleeves in this deck. Overall, I'd say that these Ultimate Guard Supreme sleeves are probably the best quality overall sleeve that I've had a chance to experience for the Euro size of board game sleeves. The downside is they are also the most expensive at 7 cents per sleeve, and so that is a major downside. It looks like for the quality that you're getting, for the uniformity, the durability, the consistency of the sleeves, as well as just how well they shuffle and how quickly they sleeve, you're gonna be paying more. At once in the sleeve, it doesn't seem like much, but again, if you're buying 500 sleeves, that's gonna add up to be an extra $5. That's the downside, but really I can't find much to fault with. Now again, people are going to have different opinions about whether they like to have more space at the top of the sleeve where the edge of the card meets the opening of the sleeve for protective reasons, and some people are going to want less because it just looks nicer when there isn't excessive amounts of plastic around the sleeve. That's going to be a your mileage may vary sort of situation, but in general these are going to be sleeves that, if price isn't a concern, that you're going to be pretty happy to wrap your size gaming cards in. Again, this is just one packet of Ultimate Guard Supreme sleeves, so there may be variation between multiple packs of sleeves, and so if you'd like to submit your experiences with multiple packs of Ultimate Guard's Euro-sized sleeves, please click on the link below. There's a survey that you can click on to confirm whether or not these sleeves are consistent between pack to pack, as well as whether or not these sleeves are consistently durable over usage and time. If you like this video, or you found it helpful to you, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you'd like to see more gaming and gaming accessory videos, because I'll have more coming. This was Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.